Hi guys, welcome back. Today I talk about the Marvel vs. DC crossover. Could it happen? Let's get into it. Welcome back to uh, last week I did one about the Harry Potter. Today I'm going to be talking about this thing that James Gunn said about a DC Marvel crossover happening. Um Now I wanted to talk about this because people keep um so I wanted to I wanted to talk about this specifically because I feel um, so basically people are like acting like this is not. So let's get to the tweet where he said, he says DC Studios head James Gunn says there's always the possibility for an on-screen crossover between the MCU and the new DC universe. Now this obviously um this could happen. Well, the only reason is that this will happen is if they sign it, they negotiate a deal. But I don't know. I don't know. They could cut a deal. They could, like they did with Who Framed Roger Rabbit. They could do that, but then they have to. Then we have to find out which characters are involved. And the thing with this is, I feel like as much as I would want it, I just don't know. So look, so many people can. I can see this happen. Maybe an animated movie. I don't see a live action one. I would want a live action one, but there's too much factors because it's Warner Brothers and it'll be Disney, so they have to make a deal and they have to think what characters they use, and who because they have to share an equal amount of screen time. They can't have because they did it with Who Framed Roger Rabbit. They have to do the same here. And like most of the characters in Marvel aren't even there no more. Because they have Iron Man, Captain America, you have Black Widow. They're not around anymore. Black Panther, or a small like DC has most of the characters. They could just use the ones from the DCU. But if you look by the DC, you're thinking maybe 10 years. I don't even think the MCU will still. I think the MCU. I honestly feel like after Secret Wars, they're going to soft reboot the thing. Because if they keep it going, you still don't have Iron Man and those characters. So I think maybe after Secret Wars, they're going to soft reboot the whole thing. The last DC movie is Aquaman Lost Kingdom, then they're rebooting the whole thing. Well, they're soft rebooting, and then we have Superman Legacy with there is a Marvel versus DC. Um there is a comic book about it. Which this was from 1996. There was a Justice League one. Yeah, JLL versus Avengers, which came 2004. Um, so I feel like this could happen, but we'll have to wait and see. Um, I think maybe an animated movie can happen. I would want them to do a Spider-Man versus Superman. I would want them to do one on that, but I don't see it happening. But I think it could be. I think they could do an animated versus Superman versus Spider-Man. Um, in this comic book from 1976. This is confirmed not to be canon. They could do an animated one on this. I would want a live action with Henry Cavill and Tom Holland. We don't. There is a sequel to it now. I think they could do one, but if they were to do a Marvel vs DC, I think the only way they do it and don't piss off either of the fans is if it's just the Avengers and the Justice League fighting, and then they have to team up to take down a big event like Darkseid or Thanos. Like Thanos and Darkseid both team up, then they have to um the Avengers and Justice League have to. I think that's the only way I see that happening. But I don't see this happening. I say maybe an animated movie. I say DC can do it because DC know how to. They can do animated stuff, and they can easily just use Marvel. They can do the Marvel characters, DC characters. But yeah, these are my thoughts on it. I would want it to happen, but if it's going to be in the DC universe, you're looking at maybe 10 years because we're nearly 10 years for the DC universe to be established. Whereas let's be honest, the DC was not well established, so there were so many characters we didn't see in the DCU. But with James Gunn at the helm, I see maybe 10 years we see maybe an animated movie, maybe a year, 2 years from now we're getting an animated movie. So yeah, I just wanted to get this video out. So guys, so much my video. I'll see you next time. Bye.